The time has come for you to wield your power. The tower that you are about to venture into. How did it come to be? For what purpose does it exist? Regrettably, you are not yet capable of answering these questions. That is why you must be made aware of something before you go any further. You must understand the nature of your power.
Hello everyone, how are you today? Today I'm going to go over the 7th year of my Backlog series. I know. I promised I was just going to focus on the Battle Network series of games that I had not beaten previously, but I ended up getting sidetracked and having to move, so my plans went up in the air instead. We got some games I've beaten, and that's what matters most. It is also a transitionary period from Switch 1 to Switch 2, so we're going to go over the games I beat in 2025, and once June rolls around, talk a bit about the Switch 2 before finishing out the year and going into the aside. May 3rd, 2025, One Step from Eden. There are a few things that get under my skin, and a game being obtuse about the way to progress forward correctly. One Step from Eden is sort of one of those games. I say sort of because in certain situations losing is the only option, no matter how hard you try. This game will frustrate you. One Step from Eden is a game that harkens back to the Battle Network series of games. It seems to focus on a roguelike game system akin to the post games of those series. You must progress forward on a board. This board has almost nothing but battles and is almost always laid out in a formulaic way. You must go through branches of the board, selecting different paths. In combat, the game mimics Battle Network in a few aspects. You have a deck of battle cards. This deck shuffles once you use it up. Each battle card has a certain synergy type that works well with other types of cards. Every so often, you'll have a chance to gain a new card for your deck, more HP, skill points, boons, etc. But only one will be granted to you. At the end of each ward, you will meet a boss. The bosses are very hard, despite having some interesting mechanics. You must obey the mechanical rules of the boss battle if you want to survive it. It will take you a few tries to learn their patterns and nuances. As you beat bosses, you get to select one of 3 paths. These paths will lead to more battles, more bosses, and more chances to increase your skills and stats. The bosses progressively get harder, so if you have trouble with a particular boss, and trust me, not all bosses are built the same, you may want to battle some of them early depending on the type of terrain you'll be spawning. Regardless, you have a chance to spare or kill each boss. If you want the good ending, you have to spare the bosses. Killing even one boss grants you a set of super bosses, one of which that can only be attempted to be fought with a particular loadout of boons. While this game may not be my favorite, it's still got a banger OST and some neat visuals, so I recommend picking it up if you have the cash and are looking for something with a lot of flow and some modern meets arcade action. May 10th, 2025. Cotton Reboot. Cotton, the little witch who just wants to eat some candy willow, which is I guess is like some kind of concentrated will or magic power, gets roped up in saving some fairies. This game is sort of like a cross between a cute 'em up and a proper shoot 'em up. You collect crystals and screen clearing spells as you rack up points. The story is a bit simple and very straightforward, but you will definitely get a lot out of this game. It usually goes on sale pretty often. May 14th, 2025, Guacamelee 2. Another Metroidvania-style game, Guacamelee is back in the backlog. The game relies a lot less on the referential humor and memes the first game did, and pokes fun at itself several times. The other change this game had was the chicken transformation. You can now defend yourself more in this form than you could before, to the point that there's an entire subplot of the game dedicated to it. May 26, 2025, Fire Emblem Warriors. Let me start out by saying that I had this game for a very long time but had not finished it. It's not like I did not like this game. My favorite game in the series, Fates, was represented regardless of how I felt. It was a very good game. It was mostly just fan service for modern Fire Emblem fans. The way the game runs on Switch 2, while better than the Hyrule Warriors games, in my opinion, is still a bit rough. Anyways, the game is a beat 'em up, much like other Warriors games. It also has more of the dimension shenanigans you see in these fan servicey types of games. Unlike Pirate Warriors, which details the history of the series, this is just for fun. Anyone looking for anything deeper than the fan service will get nothing out of it. So here we are at the release date of the Switch 2. Initially, I was very excited for all the new games I was going to be able to play in better quality. I didn't think much of it at the time, but I ended up playing a lot more Switch 1 and adjacent Switch 2 edition games, despite buying a bunch specifically for the Switch 2. While I didn't get to finish as many games due to buying and trying so many, I feel like it was a valid purchase, and I enjoyed the power bump the system offers a lot. June 19th, 2025. Marvel vs. Capcom 2. I love Marvel vs. Capcom. It's so good. A fighting game that ups the style and substance from the first game is always up my alley. I beat the first one on an arcade many years ago, but while I had friends that owned the second title, I never took the time to beat this one myself. The multi-form boss concept for the final boss comes back in a fun way, and I never felt the game was too unfair, even if my usual pick of Mega Man, Sun, and BB Hood was suboptimal in the later half of the game. June 19th, 2025, Street Fighter Alpha. I've beaten Street Fighter 2 but never touched the first game for reasons that are pretty obvious. But this sort of reboot remake series is just plain fun. The art style definitely brings a much needed makeover to a classic game that started the series. June 21st, 2025, Deltarune Chapter 3 and 4, Switch 2 Edition. Oh my god. Oh my fucking god. This game, this series, this masterpiece. Even if it doesn't get finished, I recommend playing it. The writing is just top notch. Nothing I can think of even compares to the ludonarrative harmony this game is going for. With chapters 3 and 4, you have a pretty sizable package of a game content at around 10 hours. This is also the first Switch 2 edition game I bought and beat, which probably says a lot about me. Like, how do I sell you on this part of the series without spoiling it? Other than some of the non-spoilery footage I'm showing you, what are you waiting for? Buy it already. I don't recommend buying games usually, but I am here. I'm not kidding. August 23rd, 2025. Donkey Kong Bananza. And the Switch 2 glazing continues. Donkey Kong Bananza is just a perfect game. Screw waiting for the new Mario. Mario's not coming to save the princess. Donkey Kong is here. And he's coming in loud and bashing into all sorts of things like a bull in a china shop. Or a donkey? I don't know. Do donkeys destroy china shops? Anyways, Donkey Kong Bananza. Donkey Kong is back in a big way. Your goal is to smash and bash through everything in your way to get to, and I mean everything. Enemies, check. Concrete, check. Crazy, greedy, evil macaques, check. All on your way to get to the center of the earth and the Bananium core. This game somewhat starts to get old somewhere in the middle of the game, but then the intrigue ramps up, and around that time, you'll start to get into it. So if you're having trouble, just know this game gets even better the further you dig down. October 27, 2025, Pokemon Legends ZA. I made a video based on this game, so if you want my extended thoughts, you can check it out. But the gist of it is, I like this game. It may not have graphical fidelity, but it makes up for it with fun. The online ranked ecosystem is pretty healthy, and allows for a lot of experimentation for the player. Doing a sort of oak run was very easy, and it allowed me to beat multiple bosses with Pokemon specifically tailored against their teams. December 18th, 2025, Pokemon Legends ZA, Mega Dimension. And here is where the game sort of lost me. At the time of writing this segment, I will be going over my extended thoughts at a later time, but for right now, I wanted to talk about my initial feelings on the DLC. The DLC is fun for the first half up until beating it, and getting Groudon and Kyogre. The special scan system seems like a bit of a slog for me. The DLC exists for people invested in competitive play, and that's it. The story, while cute, is only a small fragment of what it could have been. It's nice to have confirmation that yes, Diantha has a daughter, and she's trying to help her mother. But that's all we get out of it. The roguelike system with the donuts is fun, and I do like the concepts introduced. I just didn't like their execution. Regardless, I'm wholly invested in Pokemon's online ecosystem. This does not put me off future purchases. But I'm guessing the writing for Pokemon Scarlet is a tough act to follow, since most of their highest quality writing seems to have gone into the hidden treasure of Area Zero. March 10th, 2026. Pokopia. Yep, yeah, I went back to Pokemon despite everything the Legends EA DLC made me feel. I still like the series, and this Minecraft-esque building game with a charming story roped me back in. I like everything about it. The ending sequence is a bit obtuse to obtain. So I wanted to talk about the library method of playing video games. This is less of a method and more of an argument of semantics, to be honest. Some people don't care for finishing games. It gives them anxiety or whatever. I think if you're trying to make content on YouTube, being able to articulate and actually talk about what you're playing is very important, and giving these games an extremely fair shake is paramount, if not outright completing it to the credits at the very least. I don't mind what setting you play your game on. You should play what's right for you. If you think that should be easy mode or hard mode, if you're trying to do a speed run where you don't take damage or you use invincibility cheats, that's on you. I think it's important to disclose exactly how you are playing the game though. But there are games that I play for a good while, and then get distracted by something new or coming out. It's just life to get distracted by that. I'm getting to the point in age where I want to buy less games, but as this Backlog series grows, I want to try and get out of my comfort zone from time to time. There are times where I wonder if I should disclose what these games are, or what games are distracting me, or other games I completed but don't count in the backlog for various reasons. But I feel like this just floats the video to unforeseen time spent editing to what amounts to I like it or I don't like it. So I stopped playing for a while. But we'll do it here, and we'll go over what games I've played over the years but haven't been able to finish the past couple of years. Maybe I should talk about them for a bit and see what went wrong. Castlevania Circle of the Moon. This game has me stonewalled. I'm not sure how to progress without a guide at that point I'm at. Clannad. Oh boy, I love the story this visual novel has. It's sad and heartwarming. In fact, I was streaming it on a separate channel for a while, but that didn't go so well, despite okay views for me. I stopped playing once I moved. I want to finish, but I haven't found the time yet. Cuphead. I think it's my age showing, but I can't beat this game on normal without getting too tilted. I'm definitely starting to slow down when it comes to action games, and it's not getting any easier as time goes on. Cyberpunk 2077 Ultimate Edition. I started this game and it's got a lot going on visually. It might be too high in the graphical fidelity department for me. I'm all for ease of UI and simplicity, so it's hard for me to adjust to realistic games over stylistic ones. That being said, this game is beautiful on Switch 2 and runs very well. I could upgrade my Intel Arc A750 to something more capable and play it on my PC, but the portability option is enticing. Still, I barely started the game. Digimon Survive. I stopped this game for absolutely no other reason than the time it went on sale. I was too busy with other things soon after. I love Digimon, tactics, and visual novels. I'm looking forward to beating this one, I just haven't found the time. Disgaea 7. I love Disgaea, one of my favorite SRPGs of all time. And this one is beautiful, but I can't help but play for a bit, get tired, and try another more action-focused game. I'm not too sure why. Dragon Ball Z Kakarot. How many times can one person realistically play over the same story again and again before they get tired, I wonder? Dungeon encounters. This is a very simple game in terms of its UI and is somewhere in the hardcore comfort style of game. I don't have much to say due to me not knowing exactly how to describe it. It's almost like a paper-style dungeon crawler. It's even more basic than whatever you're thinking of. Almost like D&D. Without the Dungeon Master. Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles Remastered Edition S. I need people to play this game with to experience it to its fullest. It's fine on your own, but it's just not the same. Final Fantasy VI, another game I started and haven't finished. I think I got to Ultros, that tentacle monster, and was given the option to pick a route before continuing. This reminded me a bit of FF9, where Zidane and Dagger's stories would diverge, but in a way that I wasn't sure of the most optimal way to progress. Final Fantasy VII Remake. This one should be classified as an entirely different game to the original, or a complementary game. I got pretty far in this one, but I feel like I still have a long ways to go. I'm not even at Wall Market yet. Gal Guardians. This game is a lot harder than I initially give it credit for. It's definitely a Castlevania style game. I don't necessarily like Castlevania, but I'm sure I'll beat this one eventually. I'm at a point similar to Circle of the Moon, where I need a guide to maybe find out where I need to go next. God of Protectors. Card of Darkness. As with Crystal Chronicles, I need other people to play this with to get the full enjoyment out of it. Guilty Gear Strive. I've beaten the game with Bridget, my main, multiple times, but haven't gotten to the story mode yet. The struggle of fighting games, right? Yeah, Bridget has been my main for as long as Guilty Gear has been a thing, actually. Hades. Stuck in Hell Dungeon, 1000 years. Hollow Knight, Silksong. I've beaten a large portion of this game, but still haven't even arrived at what I heard was Act 2. How long is this game exactly? JoJo's Bizarre Adventure All-Star Battle R. I love JoJo, but this game hasn't really done anything to call out to me in particular. I should finish it quickly. Klonoa 2. This game should be up my alley as a puzzle platformer, but I haven't gotten around to playing it again. Mamon King. This is basically Monster Rancher at home with a card element. I'm not too sure what the dev was going for. Interesting, but need to finish. Mario Kart World. I still have a few cups left to finish in this game. I've had a fairly easy time of it. I always get the gold within 1 to 2 tries. Melon Journey, Bittersweet Memories. An interesting title that's a modern RPG with a GB Puke screen aesthetic. I think it's cute, but it does make you feel a bit uneasy at times with its mystery. Still, I'm planning to beat it. Metroid Prime 4. Can you believe that I never played a Metroid Prime game before this one? I have nothing against it, but it's kinda hard, and the desert area is confusing. Not as straightforward as Super Metroid, that's for sure. Then again, Super Metroid wasn't that straightforward the first time playing either. Monster Rancher 1 and 2. I keep skipping between the two games pretty often, but can't seem to progress by experimenting any longer. I need to look at an optimal guide for training my monsters. Neo, The World Ends With You. This looks to be extremely fun, and I played the original The World Ends With You, but I played it for a bit and put it down because Mega Man Star Force Collection came out. Next of Mine Extinction. It's unappealing, but like a bitter medicine, maybe if I can ingest it, I'll learn something about why I find it that way. Night in the Woods. I stopped for a bunch of reasons. I haven't felt like going back to it. No More Heroes 3. It's so visually busy, but it's a masterpiece. Okami. I'll play this game for a bit, progress, and then get lost pretty easily. It's a shame because it's such a fun game though. Panzer Paladin. This game crashed on me pretty often to the point I don't want to keep it in my backlog any longer. Pretty 2, Dawn of Operation Panties, dude. This is a much harder game than the first one. It's less fun to play. I think they went a bit overboard, but I do like the Asagi mode. Raji, an ancient epic. I couldn't progress any further at one point. Then they updated the game and I remembered it existed and I'm not sure where I'm at anymore. Rune Factory, Guardians of Azuma, for the Switch 2. This farm raising sim RPG is fun to play, but they lost me at the unlocking area arc of the story a bit, after you saved the 4 villages. It just seems so cliche, but I gotta slug through it. Super Mario Bros. Wonder, meet up in Bella Bell Park. It's fun to face the Koopalings and the boss battles are interesting, but I think I'm just tired of 2 Mario games again. Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Can you believe that I just haven't gotten through the World of Light or Dark yet? Tragic, I know. Tony Hawk Pro Skater 1 and 2. It's fun, but the confusing live service like UI and gaining the areas behind progressively harder tricks has stalled me for now. Xenoblade Chronicles X. I bought this one on sale and haven't gone back just yet. I'm not sure why. I'm not exactly hungry for more open world games just yet. And that's my list of games I started over the past couple of years but haven't finished. About less than 40, which some of them may have forgotten to mention on this list. Well, we're here at the aside. I'm not sure what I should put here. These previous couple of years haven't been as conducive to playing backlog games as I would have liked. I beat a whopping 11 games. That's not even 12 for the entire year like the burnout year. I had a different problem where I bought a lot of Switch 2 edition games, would start them, and then get sidetracked by something else. Not exactly what I would call an ideal year. Furthermore, I got heavily sidetracked by Pokemon Champions and Mega Man Star Force Legacy Collection for my final month. And those do not count in my criteria, since I already beat Star Force Dragon and Pokemon Champions is a live service game. Nothing this year kind of panned out the way I planned. I personally thought that year 8 was going to be a request year, where I would buy 12 games requested and then play them, provided they have Switch 1 or Switch 2 editions, but I don't think I can do that this year for a multitude of reasons. I have too many that I already own, and not enough time. Still, I may do a request session for about maybe 6 on this channel, and then add them later for fun. As for the library method, definitely not my favorite method. I think anyone can start a game, it's pretty easy. It's finishing that's the hard part. If I started something, I want to finish it. If we count the library method and the games that I beat previously, or I played previously, we're actually up to about, 11 plus Persona 3 Reload, Pokemon Fire Red, Mega Man Star Force Dragon, plus the several games I started but haven't finished. I'm not even sure how many of those I did this year in particular, let alone Switch 2 games that came out. We can safely say that I started about 19 games in the past year alone, maybe past 2 years if I'm being generous. That inflates the number to about 33 games played this year. Levels unforeseen since the start of this journey, if we also include me getting to Master Ball rank in Pokemon Champions, of course. I just didn't beat that many games. This is probably the part where you expect me to say, oh, it's not about beating games, it's about having fun and perusing the content you own and enjoying games for what they are and at your own pace and not feeling guilty for buying so many. Do not consume content to understand it, just consume, and you're dead wrong, my friend. It's about beating games. I haven't done this for the past 7 years to suddenly have a change of heart over the content I make. Even if the views that I have diminished to sub 100 like they have been trending over the past couple of years, I didn't start this channel out to become everyone's favorite YouTuber either. This is more like a video game journal that you're all getting a chance to peek into because I'm giving you the option. You could very well just disappear all these videos by tomorrow and never come back again, and I would be okay with that. I'd rather stay motivated and optimistic about my progress and move forward in a way I personally deem optimal. I don't have the time to judge you for it, but if you give up a game, don't expect me to comfort you in the decision. Only you can do that for yourself. Anyways, I think that's everything I wanted to say. Thank you for watching. Bye.
I remain goated as usual.
Huh? Hang on. What the hell does goated mean?
Why, the greatest of all time.